All right, folks, we're back today. We're going to be talking about women divorcing men who fail to launch. All right. My name's Quan. This is my girlfriend, Malin. We've been together about a year and a half. She's from Germany. I'm from here in the USA. We're going to be just going over this together. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Some videos, Malin will be here. Sometimes it'll just be me. We're going to have fun. Blue for our dog is, back here, just being a menace, which we love. All right, let's get to this. Divorcing men who failure to launch, all right? From High Value Women. Let's see what we got.
High-performing women divorcing men who've had sort of a failure to launch. This is a current trend that I am seeing a lot in divorce cases. And it's usually a situation where the parties started out on fairly equal footing. Maybe even they were in college together and both started their careers at the same time. But somewhere along the way, the man either lost his job or decided to quit to pursue something like being a golf pro or a handyman, or just kind of decided to sit in the basement. And the woman has just gotten sick of it. These roles, these genders, I'm seeing over and over and over again in cases. And it usually is not a situation where the woman, for example, was a high-powered executive and chose to marry a bartender. It's where they started out on pretty equal footing and the man has just sort of decided to sit around and also is not contributing in other ways to the household, perhaps equal parenting. I'm seeing this over and over and over again. Is anybody else in this situation or also seeing this trend?
So I'm guessing that was a divorce lawyer. I gotta hop on this one real quick, sorry. So let me share my opinion on the matter. I've actually been that guy before. So in a previous relationship that I had, we started out on equal footing. She was pursuing a dream, I was pursuing a dream. And I had some different times where depression-wise or whatever it is, a failure, whatever it was, I did not keep up my end of the bargain. I was not doing well financially. I was not cleaning up around the house. And eventually she got fed up and left. And I'll be honest, though that was some of the hardest pain I ever went through, it did help me learn to be a better man and understand what I need to do in life. Should people leave people after a couple of years or 5 years from that, like my situation? I think that that's okay if they can communicate why it happened. I would rather them leave than stay when they don't like me or are not attracted to the type of person I am. People change. People aren't always supposed to be together, but there is an element where you would hope that someone would fight through certain things, but you never know. That person's perspective, they may have felt like they fought through as much as they could. And then second, I would say, in a partnership, it's a partnership. So like, I don't think it's bad if a man doesn't work, but like you should be cleaning up around the house, bro. You should be taking care of something, especially if you're a stay-at-home dad. There are duties that come along with that. Stay-at-home dad, stay-at-home mom, same thing. You need to do the things around the house that need to be done. You need to be able to contribute and help with your partner. Now, when you start on equal footing and one person progresses in their career more than the other, but you guys are both still working hard, I don't think you should leave a person because you're more successful than them. But, babe, what do you think?
Well, first of all, I'm noticing that lawyer was very judgmental too. Like I feel like
her tone.
Her tone was already very judgmental. I just wanted to point that out because it kind of bothered me, honestly. I agree with you, honestly, especially when it comes to like, hey, we're both like living together or like, have children together, so we both want to contribute. At the same time, I think if we focus too much on how much money the other person makes or what kind of standard they bring in, like what kind of job do they work, she didn't say that, but it sounds to me like, oh, can I actually brag with my partner's job? Can I, like that kind of stuff.
Oh, like image. Okay.
I don't know if that's the case here. It's something that I immediately thought about because I'm noticing it with a lot of people in LA. And I think, as you just said, you can never make somebody stay, and that's okay. But I personally have the understanding of a relationship that is to fight through things. If times are low, if a partner doesn't have a job, if they're reorienting, if they fight through something, you don't just leave. Again, I'm not blaming anyone who leaves a certain situation. I've dated people before who like never wanted to work, who wanted to do other stuff, and at a certain point you just feel like, okay, we're not pursuing the same kind of lifestyle anymore.
Right, yes,
and that
yes,
is okay.
yes.
But at the same time, again, I don't know, like this whole divorcing people because they don't work a certain job anymore, that is something that is kind of hard for me to understand.
You know what? And again, I was talking about relationships, right? Marriage is completely different. I do think that if you're married to someone, you very valid points. It's a relationship, and I guess there should be a longer leash, I guess, if you will. But I do think that people change passions, and I do think that people grow apart, and I think that's okay. But I think that if you simply leave someone because they're not, you're not proud of proud of their job or proud of what they've done, I think that that can be a bit problematic. I really like your feedback on that, by the way. And I think I said this before, but Marlon is from Germany. She moved here to the United States about 2 years ago or so. And she, we watch a lot of videos like this and content. And the reason why I'm going to have her on this channel a lot, I'll be on here by myself some too, but a lot is going to be with her is because, I'm born and raised in the US. She's born and raised in Germany. And our friend groups are very different. And like the things that she has dealt with, are different than what I've dealt with. And also, I'll tell her something about height or socioeconomic status, things we deal with here in the States. And she's like, what are you talking about? And again, there are people all over the world that are going to have different preferences. I just happen to find someone who's very different from most people that I've dated or ever met. So it's very interesting. And so I hope you guys enjoy this perspective. I hope you enjoy being here with Marlon and I. We actually have food about to be here in a few minutes, so we're going to hop off of here. But we appreciate you guys. Thanks for joining us. And also, man, if you're a guy going through a divorce or going through something like that, look, find someone who wants to be with you and chase those dreams that you have with you, right? I think your partner selection is everything. Like, yes, people can be ambitious. Some people may not be as ambitious as others, but you can both be ambitious, but just have a different definition of what you want your life to be, right? And I would focus on more things like that. Just, be there, be alone if you have to, long enough to find the right person for you and the lifestyle that you want to pursue. I think a true partner, a true person that loves you will be there for you through no matter what you have going on, right? So hopefully legal. But if you are a CEO and you want to be a mall security guard, someone who truly loves you should be able to be there for you with that. But if not, that's okay. You just know that you have to find the person that best fits the life you want to live, all right? I appreciate and love you guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Anything you want to say real quick before you go?
Actually, you just summed it up perfectly. Just really focus on finding someone who really loves you for who you are and not for what you represent. And also, same goes for you. Not only focus on the superficial things, because those are things that fade, that can always go away. Focus on the person you want to find.
Thanks, folks. I appreciate you. We'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.